What's going on, guys? It's Jeff. It is officially the worst day on planet Earth. It is April 1st. Today is a day filled with trickery, lies, and deceit at the cost of literally barely a good laugh. At best, barely a good laugh. I said very few April Fool's jokes are actually over the top funny. Really, what people derive the funny from is a lot of people believing in a singular lie. And even then, at the end of the day, we just go, haha, that's kind of funny. It's more crazy than funny though. Usually on days like this, I have pretty much started to get off of the internet entirely. There's just usually no useful information that comes out of this day whatsoever. Like, people go to crazy extents, be tweeting that they've died. Now, most of the jokes are harmless. I just wish they were actually fucking funny. Now, most people assume that I don't like April 1st mostly because of the whole, like, phase thing where I got, you know, kicked from phase. This is back in, like, 2014, something like that, 2015. Back before any of that shit. One of the jokes that people wanted to play on me, one of our long time and very few partners that we have ever had, G Fuel, sent a box, and it has pickles all over it. I have a pretty good idea of what this is supposed to be. Yeah, a nice tall green one. They have pickle bandages. That's gross. There's also pickle flavored salt. There's also dill pickle chapstick. Wait, they sent an actual pickle inside of a bag. Okay, dude, this is fucking disgusting. I'm not a big pickle fan, so this is gonna be rough. I'm not eating this pickle. I'll drink the G Fuel pickle powder. This is gross, man. There's all those memes that have always gone around for years about, like, bacon flavored G Fuel or toothpaste flavor, but we have a legitimate pickle flavor, and really it's a talent to be able to make all of these different flavors. Dude, it straight up smells like a pickle. I'm gonna pour a bottle of water. It says sample. There's no way I'm supposed to put this whole amount in here, right? I don't want my room to smell like pickles. You can see some of this. All right, the last thing I want to do is actually spill this shit, so the amount of times that I've accidentally tried to shake without closing it all the way, disaster. I keep shaking it like it's gonna somehow make it taste less like pickles. All right, let's take a smell. Yeah, it smells like a pickle. G Fuel pickle juice. Use code Jeff, I guess. Yeah, that's pickle juice, all right. Okay. All right, okay. Thanks, G Fuel. Holy shit. Also, in other news, it is April 1st. It's supposed to be April Fool's Day. You know, you don't really want to believe everything you see, but apparently on Twitter, they're going to be removing verification checks. The old legacy checks, the ones that, like, Twitter themselves picked out to get people. Obviously, there's some ways that people ended up getting it in one way or another, hacking and all sorts of other crazy shit. You know a guy. Now they're changing it to some dog shit where you actually have to, like, everyone has to pay for it or something. I'm not paying for it. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do it. I don't really care. And ultimately, it was mostly just because I didn't want to worry about, you know, people getting scammed or whatever, because it was a really massive problem. Like, videos on my channel, multiple years old, talking about how, like, I had angry parents messaging me and sending me messages on Xbox because ended up getting scammed by somebody that said that they were me or something like that. And I was like, oh man, I wish that there was like a verification process or whatever. So, I mean, unless there's some sort of like scamming issue going around, and at this point, I think it would be pretty obvious whether or not, you know, my account would be real or not. And past the typical trolling where people are just gonna, you know, change the display name and not the actual @ and just be verified. People will get bored of that pretty quickly. The verification just basically doesn't really mean that much anymore. Verified for what? So right here, it says this is a legacy verified account. It may or may not be notable. What's weird is sometimes you can reload the pages and you can get something else. See? Look at that right there. It happened right in front of you. This account is verified because it's notable in government, news, entertainment, or other designated categories. People think that there is somehow a difference between this type of verified account and a legacy verified account or something. And it changes sometimes just whenever you reload the page. I mean, now it says it's this, but sometimes it'll just say it's legacy again randomly. So you have the people that obviously it'll say that they're paying for blue. This account is verified because it's notable in government, news, entertainment, or other designated categories. And then the other one, it says that it is a legacy verified account. It may or may not be notable. And back when people were verified before without blue or anything like that, I don't even know if there was much of a difference between the legacy and this one right here. I don't know why it changes, but basically I'm gonna end up losing this, and anybody else that doesn't pay whatever the monthly thing is loses this, which to me is fine so long as people aren't getting, like, you know, scammed or whatever. I also have a 3-letter @ which, I mean, is verification enough. I got my name on here. I'm happy that I at least secured the name and everything regardless of what's happening. I just have my name and we're good. Also, yeah, by the way, follow me on Twitter. You can also have these other things right here where you can get verified through your organization, which is cool and interesting, I guess, but I don't really give a shit. Also, I don't know if you have to just, like, be on the roster or if you have to be, like, a pro player like Ghosty here. This guy's the head of Luminosity. I mean, this is really cool and everything. Don't get me wrong. I think this verification is nice, but the general verification is pretty much lost all whatever. Pretty much unverified is like the new verified. Yeah, basically the old verification process when no one was verified, especially in like the gaming space, it was a big deal when people started getting verified in the gaming space. I remember when Rain was verified long before a lot of other people, and it was like part of the meme that, you know, a lot of people really do turn their verification into a meme, especially back then, because it just did not happen for gamers and content creators like that. And it was a really, really cool thing. Now, you know, it's everywhere, so it's, you know, hard to distinguish and stuff. So back then, before any of that verification and all that stuff as well, most of the time it was just through, you know, looking at follower counts and other things like that. I'm not really here to solve, you know, Twitter's issues. I'm very well aware, and I'm sure Twitter is too, that they have made their fair share of questionable changes recently. Not my job to fix it though. Oh well. Yeah, so now they have hardcore shipment in the game, which is basically the greatest game mode all time. This is what I wanted the entire time, I've realized. Not just shipment 24/7, I want hardcore shipment 24/7. 10v10 preferably, if we could even do that. I'm not joking. The first episode of Hell's Paradise came out. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. The art style, the direction, the message, the combat is good. You don't even... You'll see. I've had so many people tweet at me like, dude, I got into Vinland Saga when you mentioned it before. I hadn't even heard of it before until that point. You're welcome. I recommend the same thing with Hell's Paradise. I feel that they're pretty different, but still great. So at this point in the Grand Ultra Mastery grind, whatever it is, quite a few people have finished it. I've been tweeted at by just a whole bunch of different people that don't even seem like they're insane, like consistent players over the years like I usually see it. Just people grinding, people enjoying themselves on MW2 regardless, which is, you know, good for them. I enjoy MW2, but I see what it is. The multiplayer, unironically, is actually probably in a better spot than everything else, so that's probably why it doesn't feel the same way to me. I think multiplayer's in a decent spot, especially with ranked and everything. I just saw a poll recently as well that asked if ranked would end up saving Warzone. Not at this point, no. With this Grand Mastery thing, I ended up getting through everything except for the ARs and SMGs at this point. I have everything else in the game done. I finished out all the LMGs yesterday. I think I might change my kill streaks around for hardcore because people are playing like super annoying. What did I run before? I remember running cluster mines. Yeah, fuck you, I don't care. People are gonna be running sentry guns and cluster mines and shit. Okay, we'll see. Yeah, you know what? I'll do cluster mine, mortar strike, and sentry. And if we want to keep playing that way, then we throw on overkill right here. We're gonna put the shield back on. We can get dirty. I mean, fuck. We still haven't nerfed this thing either. That's the crazy part. Yeah, so all I have left are these ARs. I'm not even gonna do the other DLC ones on here. So not this one, or this one, or this one. This will be fairly easy, especially hardcore shipment. It's gonna be amazing. Honestly, if they remove shipment 24/7, keep hardcore shipment 24/7 like in a slot somewhere. If you're gonna remove shipment at any point, try to have maybe like one version of shipment, either core or hardcore, in the game available at all times. I get it, you wanted people to play Himmelmat and all that stuff, I know that. Got through the 24/7 playlist, now stop fucking around. Wait, that's crazy map control. You throw the cluster mine in the middle, you put a sentry on one side, put the cluster on the other, and then just stand back in your spawn so it doesn't flip. Oh, the one super sweaty dude on the other team drop shot in every kill left. I'd leave too. It's probably not fun to play against this. That's really what it is though. These public matches just turn into like bully matches. You just use every single underhanded method to just piss everybody off in the lobby and get control of it. Crazy. Who can use the underhanded shit more than everybody else? Feels like shit, really. I'm happy ranked is actually as good as it is though. They just gotta keep continuing that. Man, the next Treyarch game is gonna be insane. I know that we've said that probably near 10 times at this point. Treyarch save us. I don't hate Sledgehammer though, so it is what it is. I liked Vanguard. They really did have some communication issues though. Oh my goodness. I don't need to do anything. Better put cold-blooded on or something with these sentries. I don't think everybody's gonna lose their verification today. They said that they're gonna start, quote, winding down. So I don't really know what that means. I'm gonna assume that it's just gonna be a thing that,
my head game is legendary. I can suck a volleyball through a Capri Sun straw, bro. Hit me up.
So in case any fakes and stuff pop up and people are losing verification and other people are paying for verification and stuff like that, just make sure if you start thinking that you're interacting with me, you're probably not. That's just the safe assumption you should make, okay? Follow me on Twitter now. It's just at Jev. That's it. There's no extra special stuff. It's just Jev. Follow me on Twitter there. Again, also, I want to thank everybody for all the love and support on the Resident Evil series. Super, super fun to always do that kind of stuff. Hardcore shipment is back. Happy to grind that. And, yeah. Also, don't believe pretty much anything that anyone says today. It's just a bad day.